Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you'll be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. Also available wherever podcasts can be found and taped live at the Twitch at twitch.tv/Steve and Larson. Quick programming note: tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, we will be co-streaming, which means on the Twitch you can see us and the Impact screen, Impact Wrestling, for Kenny Omega's 3-minute promo, which they've plopped into their normal programming, and we'll see what he has to say. I'm right now on Impact Wrestling's Twitter account, Larson, seeing if there's a preview for that.
We might have to wait till tomorrow for that, man.
They also have something called Final Resolution on Impact Plus this Saturday. So, let's see here. As of 1 hour ago, let's see. It looks like Scott D'Amore has suspended Ken Shamrock, so I don't know if he's going to be there this Tuesday.
Well, if he's suspended, I guess not.
Sami Callihan has something to say with a live mic tomorrow. He's promoting that, so he's going to have a segment. Let's see if there's anything else. No, that's not. No. Oh, here we go.
That's the extent of it.
Again, Carl Anderson versus Ethan Page, but that's at Final Resolution. So I think this is the go home to Final Resolution.
Maybe they'll have 2 hours of Kenny shooting.
Yeah, that could be. Or, I mean, it could be like a lot of recaps, given that it's a go home show.
True. Well, get me all caught up to speed on what's it called, Final Resolution.
Yeah. Take Kenny Omega out of this, and don't push on this question. Don't say I don't know because I don't watch Impact. Right. What are you most looking forward to tomorrow?
Is Wrestle House still a thing?
Nope.
That would be my answer.
Okay. Hey, that's a good. Hey, you know what? At least you know something. Do you know Jazz is back in Impact?
Yeah. She's tagging with Jordan Grace. I saw that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is great. Here's what I'm looking forward to most because I haven't watched in a little while. The Impact Plus flashback of the week, because it always shows like crowds, like wrestling when there was crowds,
and probably people that were in TNA that are now in other companies, right?
Yeah, exactly. Usually it's somebody that's relevant now in like AEW or TNA. I'm sorry, or WWE. So yeah, that's good. Johnny Swinger is always a lot of fun in Impact.
Yeah, I've heard.
So you can join us for that. But anyways,
okay, very well.
Yeah. Once again, thanks everybody for hanging out with us. Tomorrow, twitch.tv/Stephen Larson should be a lot of fun. And then thanks everybody who hung out with us yesterday for TakeOver. Before we get started, I don't notice here in the notes, so I'm just going to throw this at you. There's still no updates on the extent of Candice LeRae, is there?
Nothing official, no. The last we heard last night was Triple H during the post-TakeOver conference call. We'll get to more stuff from that later, was that she was going to get x-rays done. But nothing officially as far as whatever prognosis or determination of whether she suffered a broken arm last night during War Games.
She confirmed that on Johnny Gargano's Twitter account last night that she's getting an x-ray on her arm.
Yeah, I guess Johnny had to get some stitches in his mouth.
3 hours ago she said no rest for the wicked. So hopefully their character stuff has been so good lately that I have no doubt that they can keep her on TV for the duration of her injury and keep her relevant.
Involved. Mm-hmm. Definitely. Let's move on to news. Someone who was upset apparently about not being involved, that'd be a man called Sting. So given that Cody is seemingly trying to reconstruct 90s WCW within AEW, and also the fact that Sting's merch was recently pulled from WWE Shop not that long ago, it wasn't like a huge leap to think that maybe Steve Borden would become All Elite. Of course, that happened last week on Dynamite. And over the weekend, Wrestle Talk's Louis Dangoor reported that, quote, Sting was unhappy with how WWE treated him during his time with the company. We were also told that he joined AEW to do something good for the fans for his final full-time gig.
This makes total sense.
I mean, they had him at toy premieres and stuff like that.
Yeah, there was that picture of him in was it the Ninja Turtles or the Power Rangers?
It was the Turtles, where he's holding that toy, and he looks like his soul has been sapped from his body.
He's in mentally, he's in a completely different place. and the sad shell of a human being that was remaining there next to Leonardo, Michelangelo, and the other two.
He's
Raphael,
probably thinking, I could be an Impact now
Donatello.
doing Joker Sting. Instead, I'm here trying to sell some toys.
And don't think Impact didn't try to get Joker Sting back, but he already signed. But then AEW came around, the spiritual successor to WCW, not to be confused with WCW 2021.
That's a whole other thing.
Which is a whole other thing at this point. So yeah, hey, good for him, man. I mean, I don't know if I want to see the guy wrestle, but because he's old, and last time he wrestled, it was scary. It looked like he almost died.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on the condition of his neck. I believe it was spinal stenosis. That's the same thing that Edge he was dealing with, forced him to retire. Of course, now he has come back. Sheamus has been wrestling through it for a while now. So I would suspect it all depends on what the status of his neck is, whether he's even signed to actually do any matches whatsoever, or just be another personality out on TV like Taz, like Jake Roberts, like Arn Anderson.
Is there any?
Just don't know.
You're usually good at the fantasy booking stuff. Is there any sort of in between role that he can fill? Because it's obvious, like, he still looks great. It's not like, I mean, Arn Anderson's dropped a spine buster since he's been back, right?
Not in AEW, no. I don't recall.
I swear he did something. I know he's fallen.
You're thinking about that match the Undertaker had against Ric Flair at WrestleMania 17.
No, that was, 12 years ago? That was like
almost
20 years ago. Yeah, wasn't it?
About 20 years ago. No, he's thrown some hands, but I don't remember him dropping a spine buster.
If somebody remembers, so Snake Twist has said, yeah, he dropped a spine buster. If somebody, I thought he did at least one at some point.
He's thrown some hands. I remember that for sure.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But I'm trying to think if there, I mean, maybe he does want to wrestle and maybe he can. I don't know. So yeah,
I don't know if he wants to, and he can, and he's medically cleared, he's not in danger of hurting himself. I mean, I don't know, so long as he can still perform at a relatively decent level, at being 60 something, then I don't see anything wrong with it.
I don't foresee him doing any like topes or anything.
All
he has to do is a couple stinger splashes, a scorpion death drop.
Do the scream,
scorpion deathlock.
People will mark out huge.
Yeah.
See, I think at his age, if he wants to wrestle more, it's less about doing all sorts of crazy moves. It's all about telling good stories in the ring. And you have him in the ring opposite, say, Cody. Now, Cody's booking at times is not necessarily to my liking. That being said, he has proven in the past that he knows how to tell a really good story, working with a pretty limited move palette. You go back to his match against Dustin at the first Double or Nothing. There's nothing really crazy going on there from a move perspective. But the storytelling in the ring was so dang good, the match was spectacular.
Yeah, it really was.
So if they could find good stories for Sting, assuming he wants to wrestle, and they could pull off the storytelling in the ring, he can still put on probably memorable matches without having to do a whole lot.
What's a really good, I mean, do you think that's a good retirement match there? This is a multi-year deal. I mean, if they can get 3 matches out of him a year.
I'll say this. So Cody has already more or less dubbed himself the ace of AEW. I know he lost what he called the ace belt, the TNT title to Darby, but I still have it in my head that Cody thinks he's the ace.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
What if he moves past that or further from that? Not only is he the ace, he's the franchise.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Of AEW.
Yeah.
Sting, of course, the franchise of WCW. Bring in Shane Douglas, too. Why not? Triple threat. And franchise v franchise v franchise.
Awful.
And then
you've immediately
there you
made. I just complimented your fantasy book skills, and then you throw Shane Douglas at me. I love Shane Douglas, but let's be real here. Yeah, no, I one thing that I think could be kind of, so he took the L against Triple H in WWE. Wait, did Sting get any wins in WWE?
He got the win in a tag match on Raw.
Okay.
In the build up to his match against Seth Rollins.
Okay. So he took the L there against Triple H. That was his highest profile match.
Let me ask you, have you come around to being in agreement with me that Sting should have won that match?
Yeah. I question my judgment if I ever said because I know I said before, I understand why they did that.
Because it was like the Monday Night Wars, and
it was terrible though.
match for him.
You got Sting. He's got to win that match.
Yeah, he's going to win his only Mania match. Come on.
He's got to win that. If I ever said opposite of that, then I clearly wasn't thinking all the way through, and that's sort of my gimmick, anyways. So Cody, he did the thing where he came out at whatever Double or Nothing, whatever, and he smashed Triple H's throne. I've always viewed that, and I think you can make a story out of that being a forcible passing of the torch. Given his booking since then, has been his own mini reign of terror. It really kind of has been, He puts over he brings in these indie guys. Like, take a look at the Warhorse match. Cody he's like doing push-ups and showboating the whole time. It wasn't much of a match. It was a good showcase for Warhorse, and it elevated his profile. That's great for him.
I mean, Ricky Starks got a job after
he totally did. Yeah, he absolutely did. So. He did. So I think an angle, even from a story perspective, I don't believe this about Cody, backstage. I think that he's not a Reign of Terror guy. I really don't think. No. I think that there is a lot of evidence to suggest that he is the ace of the company. I totally believe that. That being said, I think a story could be fashioned around him being the Triple H of the company, and who better for Sting to get that win against than Cody? If you turn Cody and have him be a bit more Triple H. I know Cody sort of doesn't like the whole heel face thing. He considers it more of a spectrum, and you can even play with that idea. I think Sting versus Cody, like down the line, could be a really great thing. Yeah,
I think that could be fun, assuming. That's something that Sting wants to do, is get back in the wrestling ring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, but you would think, I mean, it'd be weird for him to be all dressed up like Sting and then just take a Jake Roberts role for like Darby Allin.
Well, at the same time, it'd be weird for Sting to be on TV and not be dressed as Sting.
Yeah, I know. It'd be weird for them to sign him, have him dressed up, and then not wrestle. The whole thing would be weird if he doesn't wrestle. But I don't know. Maybe they could do something cool with it. Maybe he can just hang out in the rafters and eat popcorn with Darby Allin.
Yeah,
I'd probably watch that. Another thing I'd totally pay to see is Undertaker if he went to NXT. So we're going to talk about that really quick, because somebody actually asked Triple H during his media call, his post-takeover conference call. He talked about the idea of the Undertaker doing under takeover, and he said this. Who actually asked this? During yesterday, he talked about Taker making his way. Okay, so we just have transcripts via Fightful here.
Yeah, from Fightful.
All right, so he says, well, I can tell you this, that anytime Undertaker is involved here, anytime he's walked through these doors, everybody that's here is better for it. They all come out of here with a different perspective, a fresh viewpoint, and he's one of the most knowledgeable guys and that has ever been in the business. I believe, myself, I learn from him every time I'm around him. He is looking now, I believe, to move into the next phase of his life. We've talked a lot about it. It involves being here. It involves the future. It involves getting more into that. I would like to believe he has earned the right to take a breath off of his retirement for the moment. And we've actually just touched base in the last couple of days, and that is something that, coming out of the holidays, we'll certainly be talking about in 2021, which is just one more reason to be excited about next year with everything else that's happening, is having him involved. I can't stress enough how impactful that will be to everybody. So I don't know if the question was geared towards, will we ever see Undertaker compete in NXT, or if Undertaker would be just involved with training?
I think that
is that what it is?
Latter, 'cause I think the nature of Triple H's question is obviously he comes here, people learn.
Yeah,
that would seem to indicate that he's visited the Performance Center before and talked to the trainees there. But
Cal tweeted out during the whole thing that the Undertaker helped him work on his punches, on his worked punches.
So I don't know if he would be involved at the level of, say, Shawn Michaels is.
Right. Yeah.
Where he's pretty much Triple H's number 2.
Shawn has NXT UK. Give me NXT Texas.
If he'd be involved to that extent, or just come in on a regular basis to work with people, who knows? But, a guy who has that level of experience, bestowing his knowledge of how to tell stories in the ring, I'm sure that would be a extremely valuable source of information for everybody there.
Larson.
What?
We got an update here. Is this thumbnail material?
What?
Becky Lynch just had her baby. 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes ago, posted on Instagram. Welcome to the world, Roux. Her name is Roux. You are the love of our lives.
That's
Hashtag
cool.
and new. That's so nice.
That's cool. Congratulations to
and
Becky and
little,
Seth.
and it's Seth's hands and her hands and little baby's hand. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. That's so nice. All right, so when will she be ready to get back into the
Oh, of course.
Congratulations, Becky Lynch.
Yes, congratulations.
You made our title and thumbnail. Congratulations. When is that kid going to NXT to learn from Mark Calloway?
Oh, goodness
Yeah,
gracious.
Alex C., the title and thumbnail needs to be Becky to win the Rumble. Becky Lynch live tonight on Raw. There you go. Oh, all right. Before we continue, here's a word from the sponsor of today's show, forhims.com. Hey, Larson.
Yeah.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that hairline of yours moving backwards? Before you answer that, did you know 66% of men start losing their hair by the age of 35? And I know you're a lot older than that, but I'm here to tell you that right now is the best time to prevent even more hair loss.
And why try odd solutions, or worse yet, do nothing at all, when you could turn to science, treat your hair loss? Yes, thanks to the wonders of science. Science! Hair loss can be optional. Hims helps guys be the best version of themselves with FDA-approved products to treat hair loss.
That's all I want for you is to be the best, Larson. Hims connects you with licensed medical professionals online. All you got to do is answer a few questions to see if FDA-approved hair loss treatments are right for you. If approved, products are shipped directly to your door. That means you can say goodbye to awkward in-person doctor's visits and long pharmacy lines.
Today, Hims is giving you their best offer yet. If you're not happy with your results after 90 days, Hims will give you a full refund. And right now, Going in Raw listeners can get their first visit absolutely free. Go to forhims.com/GIR. That's forhims.com/GIR.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Remember, that's forhims.com/GIR. Oh, I can't wait to see the best Larson.
Me too.
Let's get back to the show.
Oh, goodness. We'll move on from one couple in the wrestling world to another.
Oh, yeah.
Andrade and Charlotte.
Hot.
So Andrade posted a video to his and Charlotte's YouTube channel. I didn't know they had a YouTube channel until today, entitled I Was Born to Do This, where he kind of does like a pretty good recap of his career. Did you watch this?
Speaking of people who were born, Andrade was born to do this.
There you go. Did you watch this video?
I did not. Was it good?
It's pretty good. It's good.
Who made it?
What he did.
He did?
Well, I mean, he was the brains behind it. I'm thinking it was on his YouTube channel as opposed to WWE's. So he kind of does a recap of his career because he's throwing in pictures from CMLL and New Japan. So I'm guessing WWE didn't really have much to do with this. And he promises to rebuild. Then WrestleVotes tweeted out today that, quote, an idea that's been discussed, however not determined at this point, is an on-screen pairing of Charlotte and Andrade when they return to TV. The idea behind it is to use Charlotte's star power to elevate Andrade into the main event scene. I think we're both in 100% agreement that Andrade is a main eventer. 100%.
Definitely should be.
He's got it all. And if not for some kind of blah booking, creative, the WWE's part, it's entirely possible he could already be a main eventer.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have used that program against Rey Mysterio to springboard him into maybe not world title contention, but mid-card title contention for a protracted period of time. And from that up into the main event proper, they didn't do that. They didn't do that. They kind of put him in a weird tag title feud for months when it seemed like he was breaking up with Garza. But anyways.
Yeah, they've been very back and forth on him. How does this video only have 7,500 views? What is this? Did he post this on Friendoville? What's going on with that?
I don't know.
Is he going to do it?
I didn't know he and Charlotte had a YouTube channel. Apparently they do.
Yeah. It's got 54,000 subs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how would you book this, man? How would you book Andrade and Charlotte? She's obviously sort of the Roman Reigns, if you will, of...
Well, one of the things about Andrade's video is, he was born to do this. He was born into a wrestling family. So you're talking legacy.
Legacy.
He's got extensive legacy in Lucha Libre. Charlotte, obviously, her dad, Ric Flair. She's got legacy as well. I'm not saying you make this legacy 2.0. That's not what I'm saying. But there's a shared storyline between the two of them.
Evolutio. Didn't we actually do? Was Andrade part of Evolut? No, really?
He wasn't.
Boy,
No.
we dropped the ball on that one.
Yeah, we did. So there's a path you could go potentially.
Yeah, no, I think that's good. Because you want, I mean, here's how I would do it. You go outside, because this video, I'm looking at the visuals here. I mean, this is really fun stuff. And it's really well produced.
It's pretty well done.
You go outside the norm a little bit, and maybe you, instead of them just coming out on the ramp together, which is probably how they do it. Like, Vince is not going to, hopefully he'd treat this as a special thing. You make some mini documentaries, some really nice things, some really nicely produced mini documentaries that, goes into what you're talking about, I mean, you see a little bit, you see some of their relationship. They talk about each other, but, you go into his history and you really let the audience know this is why he's a big deal. They kind of did a little bit of that when he was about to debut in NXT. Remember those vignettes where he was sitting in the room and it was projected. There was like the mask and
footage.
The mascaras. So that's the kind of thing you do. But I mean, WWE, they've got this like really their thing is production. Their thing is spectacle. And we've seen, obviously, people are talking about the Keith Lee documentary. I watched the Liv Morgan one. They have these really, really wonderful production staff, that can put together these really great documentaries. Man, people would be into that, just to get a little slice of life for these guys. And you sort of reintroduce them that way, because there is an offset between how the audience currently perceives Andrade and how they currently perceive Charlotte. So it would be, she's a massive, massive Roman Reigns-esque character, given how WWE treats her. She's a big, big deal. Like you said earlier, he was relegated to a mid-card tag scene with a guy who's currently trying to romance the camera person. There's a disparity there.
Yeah.
And people are going to view them as this weird offset couple type thing. And you need to sort of reset them both so that when they do appear on screen, like at the Thunderdome or whatever, whenever fans are back, first of all, give him some wins.
Yes.
He definitely needs to start winning, and with just really spectacular matches. And then you're off to the races, and a power couple that you can really sort of get behind and understand.
Yeah, totally.
Because if they don't have, the thing is, I feel like if you do a behind the scenes documentary thing, you're going to see their chemistry. If you just put them out there in the ring doing like mixed match challenge stuff, well, actually that's not a terrible idea, because the mixed match challenge stuff, those wrestlers look like they were having a blast.
Yeah,
they were having such a good time. That actually might be a good way to go. But you got to see their chemistry if any sort of on-screen pairing is going to work. And I think you can kickstart that with some behind the scenes type stuff.
Definitely. I don't really have a segue for this. You got a segue for this one, Steve?
Other people that Triple H has signed. No,
all right.
No, it's a terrible.
So, anyways, get your Triple H voice ready. So, when 2/3 of the Rascals signed to NXT, many wondered why Trey Miguel didn't join Desmond Xavier and Zachary Wentz at the WWE PC. Then yesterday, during the post-takeover conference call, Triple H answered a question from Wrestling Inc. managing editor Nick Hausman about the situation. This is what we had to say. These transcripts, courtesy, of course, Wrestling Inc. Take it away, Steve.
Yes. So he said this. I don't want to talk about why people are or are not here. He should have just ended it there. He said, obviously, there's a lot that goes into all of that. But for me, the people that do come here, it's seeing the heart and the passion that really comes down to a lot of it. It's a passion business. You have to be all in. You have to be invested in this, every bit of you. And sometimes I see people that have been in a long time, and it shows that they've been in a long time. I don't know. Sometimes the passion isn't there. Whether that be people that have been in this business for a while or whether that be people that have been dreaming about this their whole lives, now's the time for them to walk through the doors to try to live their dream. I want to give the opportunity to all of them, and that's what this is about. So you're going to see people who you've never heard of and you've never seen walk through these ropes, and you're going to see people that you have heard of, and you're excited to see what they can do next in their careers. We're going to make them all stars, hopefully.
There was some more in there. A bit. Let me see if I can find the other little bit. It's in the other thing. Anyways, Trey Miguel took to Twitter to respond, saying the following quote: "I feel like it is worth mentioning again that a month and a half ago, my nephew was born prematurely, is in isolated care until what would have been his actual due date. Meeting a healthy baby boy is more important to me than anything else. I'm sure you can all respect that."
We got Triple H's lack of passion thing. We got Trey Miguel, his side of things. Who knows where that actually lands. Sounds like a trying time for Trey Miguel, and we wish him our best.
Yes.
It does kind of. I'm not huge on Triple H. It's sort of tacky to make insinuations that a guy has a lack of passion.
He's focusing on his family right now is lacking passion in the wrestling business.
Well, regardless, if the guy, let's say that Trey Miguel didn't have this going on with his family, why would it still be on Triple H to say this guy doesn't have passion? What if he just didn't like the offer you gave him? What if he just didn't want to be there? What if, it's like, why didn't he come in with the Rascals? He didn't want to. What's wrong with saying that as opposed to throwing shade at a guy? Because we don't know. What if Trey, what if he's making the story up? What if he came in and he was a jerk, Still, it's a tacky thing to say, well, this guy lacks passion. It's unprofessional to say that. I believe Trey Miguel's putting this out there. I believe him. He's probably going through some tough stuff right here with his family. He should be allowed to do this stuff. Regardless, it's tacky as hell to say, why didn't I sign this guy who's not an employee here? Because he lacks passion. You can read between the lines, It's tacky.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It isn't tacky. The Slammy Awards. Oh, wait, they're super tacky. But that's not going to keep us from voting for them. We're going to do that right now.
Yeah, we are. So we're not going to go through everything.
Hold on. Here in Twitch, Mayor Pete says he didn't say Trey lacked passion. If you can't read between the lines and see that obviously the question was it was asked directly about Trey Miguel, and then Triple H says sometimes people lack passion. That's why they're not here. You can kind of read between the lines there. That's not a difficult leap to take.
Yeah.
Just saying. Yeah. I'm just saying that's how I read it. Other people read it.
Yeah, same here. That's fine. I mean, that's totally how I read it too. I saw that quote yesterday. I was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, let's vote the Slammys first one, Superstar of the Year. Who's your pick, Steve? We gotta go through everybody.
Hell yeah, we do. Let me see here.
I want
to look at this first. Let's see here.
Superstar of the Year: Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, Randall Keith Orton, Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt, Asuka, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Becky Lynch, or Charlotte Flair.
Oh, clearly it's it's one of two people. It's either Bayley or Asuka. I'm going to go with Bayley.
Oh, really? I'm going with Sasha Banks. Next,
Submit. Next poll.
Match of the year: Boneyard match. New Day versus Hurt Business on Raw. Edge Orton, greatest match of all time. Men's Royal Rumble. AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan, Roman versus Jay, Hell in a Cell, Sasha Bayley, Hell in a Cell, AJ versus Sammy versus Jeff Hardy for the IC title clash, Drew versus Roman at Survivor Series, or Becky versus Asuka at Royal Rumble. Greatest match of all time.
Yeah, that's where I'm leaning towards.
Next. Rivalry of the year.
Wait. I did not click submit yet. So that's where I'm leaning towards. Okay, submit. Next poll.
Very well. What would you vote for? Greatest match of all time?
Greatest match
all
of all
right,
time.
Here we go. Rivalry of the year: Seth versus the Stereo Family.
No.
Drew versus Orton. Edge versus Orton.
Yeah.
Sasha versus Bayley.
Yeah.
R-Truth versus the World. And Lana versus Announce Tables. It's Sasha and Bayley.
Clearly. Submit. Next poll.
Tag Team of the Year: Golden Role Models, Nia and Shayna, New Day, Street Profits, Nakamura, and Cesaro. Golden Role Models.
Yeah, it's the golden role models. Submit.
Next. Return of the year, Edge, Roman Reigns.
It's Edge.
MVP, Goldberg, Sami Zayn.
So 4 of these are real. Edge, Roman Reigns, MVP, and Sami Zayn. Edge, Roman Reigns, and MVP all have a good case to be made. Mm-hmm. Probably the character, like in terms of what they did with him, it's Roman Reigns. But if you want the actual return of the year, the moment they returned, it's clearly Edge.
Yeah, it is clearly Edge.
Next poll.
Submit. Next poll.
Submit. Did Bayley throw Sasha Banks under the bus by having her take on Tamina the next week? This is a Slammy award?
Is this a Slammy thing, or is this a different poll? Hold on. I'll go back.
This can't be right.
Oh, we did them all.
Why did it just kick us into a brand new...
That just must have been the next poll. Because there's other additional categories. Ring Gear of the Year, Breakout Star of the Year, Female, Male Superstar of the Year, and Moment of the Year. How come we can't vote for any of those?
What the flip? Hold on a second. What is going on here?
So I think after you completed those polls, it just puts you in the next poll that they had.
Well, yeah.
Kind of in the poll playlist, if you will.
But aren't there other...
There's other categories, but none of them you can vote on. You can only vote in those categories.
Voting is now open. Superstar. Okay, wait. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that's going to be later. All right, before we continue, here's a word from the sponsor of today's show, HelloFresh. Get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and delicious seasonal recipes delivered directly to your door with HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
Yeah, with HelloFresh, you can skip the stress of grocery shopping. Who really wants to go to the grocery store?
Not I.
Focus. Me neither. And focus on making delicious, home-cooked meals that are delivered, as Steve said, right to your door. And not only is HelloFresh convenient, it helps you save money. You can save up to 40% by using HelloFresh versus grocery shopping, and the meals are all top-notch.
It just gets directly to your door. You don't have to go deal with people. HelloFresh offers more than 20 delicious chef-crafted options each week, so you can break out of that recipe rut you've probably been stuck in for years. And there's something for everyone, including low-calorie, vegetarian, and kid-friendly recipes.
And preparing these recipes couldn't be easier. With HelloFresh, I was able to get a fantastic meal on my table for my entire family in about 30 minutes. Every recipe has been easy to follow thanks to pictures. Pictures help guide your way, and they've all been delicious, with the shrimp and chorizo paella and beef bulgogi bowls being personal favorites of Larson.
I'm so hungry right now. Go to HelloFresh.com/80 going in raw and use code 80 going in raw to get $80 off, including free shipping.
That's HelloFresh.com/80 going in raw and use code 80 going in raw to get $80 off, including free shipping.
I'm tired of being in the recipe rut, man. I just get a loaf of bread. I just put bread on my kids' plates. It's disgusting.
Get out of that recipe rut.
Same thing. Every damn night. Bread. What do you want? Bread. No, I'm out of the recipe rut now.
Oh, okay, good.
Let's get back to the show. Wow.
Anyways, later tonight, we got a Raw preview, courtesy of WWE.com. That's what we got so far. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus to battle Miz, John Morrison, and AJ Styles in a handicap match.
Also, Randy Orton invites himself to the Firefly Funhouse.
And then United States champion Bob Lashley to go one-on-one with Jeff Hardy.
McIntyre, Sheamus.
That's going to fill up 3 hours of television tonight.
Hey, you know what? At least they have a preview. So,
yeah, I know.
I mean, they're hardly set in stone, but at least they got something on paper. They have some idea of what they're doing.
You ready to answer some questions?
Oh, yeah. Let's answer some questions. First up, from Anthony F. I started my day off with some delicious, delicious breakfast tacos.
Oh, that sounds good.
I know. But then he says, despite a flat tire on the expressway to work, they left me feeling good. For you guys, what's the best food that gets you in a good mood to start the day? So for me, it's slice of wheat toast, a slice of cheese, an egg on it, some guacamole, and a little bit of mustard. And that's my jam right there. That's my breakfast with a cup of coffee.
If like there's plenty of foods I enjoy in the morning that are good, but if my mood for the day is 95% predicated on how much sleep I got the night before. Regardless how much coffee, how many pancakes you shove in front of me a morning after I sleep 5 hours, I'm not going to be feeling good.
Okay.
So for me, it's less about food first thing in the morning as opposed to how much rest I got the night before.
Okay. You're pushing.
Yeah. Although that being said, I make a mean banana blueberry pancake.
That sounds good.
That's a good day to start. It's a good way to start off.
I will say this, though. No matter what kind of food I eat, no matter what I have, if I get a flat tire, all that's negated. The juice is gone. It's completely gone.
Wow.
At that point, fix the tire, go back home, call in sick, if assuming I have a job where I have to call in sick, or I'll email you, hey, not doing anything today. Resetting. I'm laying on my couch until midnight. Then I'll probably sleep. And then a new day. Start over.
Wow. I'm gonna say this now. I'd be horribly disappointed in you if you pulled something like that.
Nothing can say the flat tire is the worst.
No, it's not the worst. It's the inconvenience, yes, but it's not the worst.
If your car starts smoking or goes up in flames, that's the worst.
That's worse. There's a lot of things that are worse. You can get a horrible car accident that you get hurt in. That'd be worse than a flat tire.
You have to call in sick then.
Flat tire is just an inconvenience.
Oh, it's terrible.
And now you get a major one.
You know what's man, when I was on the way to the office back when we had office.
Yeah.
I got to a 4-way stop there at Fair Oaks and Sunset or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And this car blew through, big accident.
Yeah, I've already
in front
told
of
you
me,
about this. Yeah.
Right. I had to get out. But I felt a lot better than that lady did. Because that poor lady, she was still in shock. I was like, you need to calm down. You need to just sit down and let this adrenaline, because you're going to be
surprised you to say, what you should do? Just go home, lay on the couch, wait till midnight, go to bed, wake up, day starts over.
Yeah. I probably should have told her that. I think she was in town, visiting, though, which is even worse.
Oh, yeah. Maybe she didn't have that luxury. Patrick Sparks says, we see McAfee in NXT. What storyline would he fit in best on Raw, SmackDown, and AEW? Who do you want to see him do promos with?
Make him the GM. Make him the GM of Raw. Pierce can be the GM of SmackDown, or even a
story with Shane.
Yeah, and it'll just the universe will implode because they're the same person.
Pretty much.
I would not mind him in some sort of role. I think when he's given stuff that isn't just say the same 3 things over and over again, I think he's probably pretty good.
I can't do good work.
I don't really want to see him wrestle. I don't want to see him wrestle. If he's given some sort of task as a GM or something. He showed up on his show today with a neck brace, which is cool.
Neck brace, yeah, he was selling.
He's selling it. Let's see here. White Brownie with TakeOver in the books and NXT's year-end awards coming up. Who are your winners for male and female and overall competitor of the year? Keith Lee's got to be male.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Keith Lee. Then
probably what? Io or Candice this year.
And then overall,
I mean, it's Keith Lee.
Yeah, I think so. Tag team of the year. It says United Kingdom included.
I don't really watch United Kingdom, so I don't know, but I'd probably give it to
Breezango.
Yeah.
Rivalry of the year. Rivalry of the year.
Having a hard time thinking of anything. I mean, isn't it Adam Cole versus Pat McAfee?
Yeah, probably.
Probably that.
Probably is. Breakout star of the year, Pat McAfee.
Or would it be Killer Cross versus Keith Lee? He literally killed Dijak.
It's true.
It's a pretty good rivalry right there.
Yeah, it was. It was just kind of short in relation to some of the other ones.
True.
Breakout star of the year, Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee.
Takeover of the year.
The one with Pat McAfee.
The 2 with Pat McAfee tie. Future star, Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee, future star. Leon Ruff gets future star.
Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah, man. Match of the year.
Pat McAfee versus Adam Cole.
The Pat McAfee match.
The Pat McAfee. Yeah, this is not which one. The Pat McAfee match.
NJWP power rank the following matches. I guess the gimmick matches as they exist, not particular examples of them. War Games, Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber, then War Games, and Hell in a Cell. I love just how Elimination Chamber is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
Pods and a timer, and
it's overcooked, man.
Yeah, that's why it's my number one.
All right, I'll probably go. If recent examples are any indication, I'd probably go War Games, Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber.
Well, that's just because the War Games matches are so damn good. Could you imagine? I'll put it this way: could you imagine War Games pay-per-view on main roster?
It'd probably be a slog.
Probably be a slog. That's why I put Elimination Chamber number one, because even on main roster, Elimination Chamber is usually pretty entertaining.
Yeah, they're okay. Anthony Tobias, with you guys talking about the Dusty Classic, what tag teams will be involved? Will we see more teams that are thrown together like Riddle and Dunn this year? Yes, Tommaso Ciampa and Timothy Thatcher.
That's totally happening. That's
totally
happening.
You're going to have grizzled young veterans in there. Imperium, that's probably why they just came back.
Imperium. Breezango.
Mm-hmm. You got Lorcan and Birch. You got Undisputed Era in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a pretty decent field.
It is.
Maybe the Rascals make their debut.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
Noob and Company. If Asuka and Lana win the women's tag titles at TLC, how will Asuka balance it out as women's tag champion and Raw women's champion? Well, they really haven't been doing much with her as Raw women's champion of late.
Yeah.
So
I think she'd be fine. I think that.
Yeah, I think so too.
I mean, I think there's a possibility that happens. I don't think it's a good possibility, but I think it's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably put a medium number of confidence points on it not happening, because they've already beat. I mean, the biggest tell is they've already beat Shayna and Nia twice, so they're not going to lose a third time, unless they want to break them up to do singles stuff. Which is a possibility.
Totally. Jason Lewis, with NWA and Impact working with AEW, what do you think MLW and Ring of Honor should do going forward?
Didn't MLW just signed and then came to terms with on a release of Cody Hall on the same.
Yeah, more or less.
Apparently he had been signed, and then people were just reporting on it the day they parted ways.
Yeah.
Hey yo. So MLW, I mean, they seem to have. Who would you rather be? Let's play that game. MLW or Ring of Honor? You'd rather be MLW, right? I mean, Ring of Honor has Sinclair money, but Ring of Honor also apparently are not doing stuff with their head booker / biggest star. So, I mean, MLW seems to have. They've always had like a really steady pace, and
yeah. I mean, they managed to sign Jacob Fatu to a new deal.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
you know, and he's really damn good.
He's really good. He's really good. Yeah. So MLW is definitely one to in my own personal sort of estimation of wrestling companies, which is mine alone. Yeah. They sort of moved ahead of Ring of Honor for now.
Yeah. I mean, you got Fatu to build around. That's pretty cool.
They got some good buzz around them, man.
That's a good piece to build around.
Yeah.
Nathan's Broken Dream. Oh, so he's going to ask us a question about John. And we answered that through the War Games review.
I gotta go back and find that clip and put it up of Aleister Black saying John.
Greg Morris, does Asuka have the best booking? Yes, she's champion right now, but she's never put in anything meaningful. She hasn't really been since the summer. Sasha and Bailey are usually in a big spot, as are others. I mean, when she was involved and Asuka was involved in the Sasha and Bailey saga over the summer, that was all really good. The first half of the year, Asuka was like the MVP of WWE.
Yeah, I agree with that.
She was on every episode of Raw having matches. She was really holding episodes of Raw together herself.
Yeah.
And then since the summer, they haven't really done a whole lot with her. Ever since she got that title back off Sasha, they haven't really done a ton.
Yeah. Best booking of current? Yeah, I'd say it's probably likely.
Stuart Lee, if both of you were in charge of a wrestling federation, you had to create an arena for your federation, like Thunderdome or Capitol Wrestling Center. What would each of your design aesthetic be? What's your dream arena setup? You don't have to
ask this question. You can see it with our WWE We Book Raw, W Steve W, and Fun Wrestling series, which are still available on our YouTube channel. Just type in the search engine W Steve W or Fun Wrestling, and you can see it right there.
I mean, first and foremost, it's Rawgate.
Yeah, ideally you'd have raw gate technology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Will Combs with AEW and Impact forming a partnership. Could you see AAA or New Japan joining them? With that being said, I want you to book a G1 style tournament of AEW versus Impact Wrestling, separate blocks for each company. So AEW still has a deal with AAA. That's still ongoing. Kenny Omega is going to defend the Mega Championship at Triple Mania in 5 days.
And there are stars within AEW, of course, who still have deals with New Japan. So, I mean, is it an actual,
partnership? No, but
is the AEW AAA? I mean, the fact that Kenny does stuff there, is that a partnership?
I mean, the Lucha Brothers
as well
are still in AEW.
But is that like a partnership, or is that just like, hey, they're allowed to do stuff in North America?
I mean, obviously, we don't know because pandemic happened. We don't know what.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was ever
planned.
If we ever talked about, or if anybody ever talked about it being like an official partnership. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, I think they was actually a release and stuff. Yeah, press release and stuff.
All right. There
about
you go,
it. I thought so. Then again, like beginning of this year seemed like an eternity ago. I can't remember much what happened in 2019.
Tell me about it.
All right, so G1, do you want to handle you're the Impact guy here, so you handle the Impact block, and I'll handle the AEW block.
All right, how many people do I need to get now?
Let's do 8.
8? All right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. Put him in there. All
right.
We'll do this.
Trying to balance out. G1 usually best matches of the year, so try to balance out pure wrestling acumen, but you need some star power involved.
Yeah, right. Hold on 1 second here.
And let's continue this. The winner of this tournament gets a shot at whatever title they choose.
Okay, cool. All right. I think I'm... Oh, hold on. Well, wait, let me do this. Take him out. Okay. And yeah, that's good. That's okay. That's good. I'm going to get flack for leaving out some names. There's no Ethan Page here.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. There's no Johnny Swinger here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's no Crazy Steve in my block. But I got some power hitters, man.
All right, go ahead.
I've got Moose.
Okay, good.
I've got Ken Shamrock.
Good.
Sammy Callahan.
Good.
Current Impact champion, Rich Swann.
Good.
In the We Book Raw universe, the auteur, provocateur, Eric Young. Carl Anderson.
Awesome.
Willie Mack.
Good.
Jordan Grace.
Good.
And I think he's still the current X Division champion, Rohit Raju.
Cool. Who wins? What's your finals? Who wins that block?
My finals would be Moose versus Carl Anderson.
Good. And who wins?
Moose.
All right, that's what I got in my field of 8. I got Kenny, I got Pac, Mox, Pentagon, Phoenix, Hangman Page, Brody Lee, and Ricky Starks.
Oh, awesome. Great.
That's my field. My finals are Brody versus Page.
Ooh.
Page wins.
Wow. Moose versus Page.
So if Page beats Moose, Page gets to choose his title shot. He takes on Kenny. That's how you get the title on him.
There you go. That's how you do it. What you want, sidekick? I love Moose. Moose is so great. What you looking at, sidekick?
Reed asked, what was the biggest storyline coming out of War Games last night? And who is the contender for EO's title? And then power rank your favorite War Game matches of all time. Yeah, I think Raquel getting that pin on EO automatically puts her at the top of the list of contenders for her title. That should be really good.
Yeah.
Whenever that match happens, probably at New Year's Evil.
power rank favorite war game matches of all time. I would say 29. I'd probably do this 2019, 2018, 2017, 2020.
For the men's side.
Men's side, yeah.
Okay. Where would this year's women's match rate on that list? It'd have to be towards the top because that was so damn good.
I would say 2019, women's 2020, and then so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Last year was just a blast.
This is a fun question from Sean Lathrop. 5-on-5 80s icons Survivor Series match could be movies, music, television, whatever.
Okay, I pick first. Or you want to pick first? Pick first. Go ahead.
Flip a coin.
Take Stallone. Take Stallone.
Oh, go ahead. If you want Stallone, take him. Take him.
What the hell were you picking?
Just wait.
All right.
Take Stallone if that's what you want.
Stallone. I get number one pick. Sly Stallone.
Fine. I'll get Arnold.
That's cool. I'm happy with Sly. 80s icons. At that point, give me Michael Jackson.
Okay.
If this is going to be fought through sheer iconic energy, not fisticuffs, then Michael Jackson.
All right, I'll take Prince.
Give me Madonna.
Wow.
What a stacked team I've got.
She was more 70s.
Oh, I know my next one. My next one's going to blow you away. Oh, you have no idea. I just thought about this. Should have been a number one pick.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's an icon. Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
He was in movies.
That's fine. I've got the John Cena of 1980s icons. Do you want to hear him?
All right. Sure.
Ronald fucking Reagan.
I'm going to take Mr. T.
Have you seen the 1984 Electoral College map, Larson?
I have.
Oh,
Minnesota.
my God.
Blue. Everything else red. I've seen it.
Nobody else would ever be able to do that. Oh, Reaganomics. This dude just ran wild all over you, man. Doesn't matter who else I pick. Doesn't matter.
You get one more pick. You get one more pick regardless.
All right. Give me crap, I just had a good one. You know what? Bang. Pat Sajak.
What the shit? Pat Sajak?
Oh my God, I just annihilated you.
No,
oh my God.
Pat Sajak, that's a terrible pick.
Oh my God. Doesn't matter, I got Reagan.
Terrible pick. I can think of some good funny ones, but I don't know if I want to go funny. Screw it. Steve Guttenberg.
Alex, how did Alex C. knew I was talking about Ronald Reagan? Steve Guttenberg. That's the worst. Ooh, wow. This would have been a good one. Arison says Cosby. Oh.
Oof.
Dude, listen to this team. Stallone, Michael Jackson, Madonna, Ronald Reagan, and Pat Sajak. It's like five Brock Lesnar's. It's like five Brunos.
Get out of there. Well, maybe four, but not with Pat Sajak on there. Jeffrey Schofield. Hey guys, a question just popped in my head. I know it makes no sense to do it, but what would be one hell of a rub to do? What do you think about Undisputed Era getting called up to SmackDown to fight the Roman Empire?
I feel like they'd be fed. They'd be fed to Roman. They'd be fed to Roman. I feel like, I do think that those guys need to be on SmackDown. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, how great would it be to see the New Day versus, O'Reilly and Strong, or even, Strong and Fish, if that's going to be the two, whatever the team's going to be.
Yeah. Easy. What's your guys' current thing that most annoys you about each promotion overall? Easy says TLC matches that could be won via pinfall.
With WWE, okay, each promotion. I'll start first. We'll do WWE first. Get that out of the way.
All right, fair enough.
The thing that bugs me most about WWE is their selective use of, you could say logic, but more specifically memory. When Corey Graves can't say that it's the Forgotten Sons, even though he has called their matches before, and then after like commercial break or whatever, he's finally allowed to say, "Oh, that's so-and-so, that's Blake and Cutler.
Yeah.
They do that kind of stuff way too often.
They do.
Way, way too often. And it drives me crazy. This weird concept of what is real, what we have seen, what we haven't supposed to have been seeing, you know, this idea of like character repackages in general, how somebody's supposed to be a brand new person. That kind of stuff bugs the crap out of me.
Yeah. Indecision. That's what bugs me most about WWE.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it could just be on a week-to-week basis.
Stop stuff, yeah.
30 minutes going into a Raw, we don't know what's going to be on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Also, in terms of people's pushes, yes, start, stop.
Yeah.
You know, go back to the drawing board, try to start again, stop again. It's maddening.
Yeah.
Absolutely maddening.
Yeah.
As far as AEW, it's been pretty much from the beginning their utilization of the women's division. That's kind of the most annoying thing. It seems like now maybe they're finally turning things around. There seems to be multiple stories going on in the women's division, AEW. So hopefully they're finally heading in the right direction.
So Mason Rick here in Twitch also has the WWE thing, and I think that kind of falls in line with kind of what we're both saying is too many great stories in their lap and they don't use them. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's kind of a thing too. That's not really annoying. That's like a structural problem. AEW for me, I think for me with AEW, it's the thing that annoys me about them is when they try to be bigger than they need to be. Bringing in Shaq when we haven't even seen him yet. That was just a weird segment. I don't need to see Shaq in AEW. Mike Tyson, I never needed to see because if they're dancing around the Jericho has issues with him from WWE, then you're just acknowledging. I don't mind acknowledging. We all know Chris Jericho from WWE and then WCW.
Yeah.
We get that.
Yeah. But
like when you were forced into doing something where you have to dance around referencing WWE, it's I don't need big stars in AEW. I don't need Mike Tyson. Sting is a big star. That's great. That's awesome. That brings so much legitimacy. I don't need Mike Tyson there. I don't need Shaq. I don't think it adds anything. And sometimes I feel like they think that, hey, let's try to recreate Tyson Stone Cold. You know, let's try to get a big crossover name in here. Mm-hmm. To try to get, and it's not a bad idea. Like I get the idea. You're trying to appeal to more. You're trying to use celebrity to bring in viewers.
Yeah.
The Young Bucks are consistently the highest rated thing on AEW programming, if on a segment by segment basis. You know, like that's going to be how you grow people. Mm-hmm. So it's. I mean, it's sad. It's a small thing. They don't really do it that often. It's not a big deal.
No, they don't. They don't.
It makes them look smaller, trying to look bigger, I guess is my thing.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
I could see that. Buffalo Dan, same question for two different wrestlers. Who should Alexa and Brody Lee's next opponents be?
Alexa should definitely be Nikki Cross.
Mm-hmm.
And Brody Lee should be...
Darby Allin.
Yeah, it should be Darby Allin, yeah.
Darby Allin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to do something. What's up, Steven Larson? Aliens have come to Earth with full knowledge of everything we have to offer except one thing, wrestling. Mm-hmm. What is one match you could show them that fully embodies what wrestling is?
Oh, jeez. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not sure you'd show them. Like, my first answer is going to be like end of an era. But like, there's so much history there, they might be confused. Like, do we get to show them the video package as well?
Yeah, I don't know. Or you just gotta put them in the deep end of the pool and hope they can work it all out. That's what I'm gonna say. Firefly Funhouse match.
That's unlike any other match, though.
I know. But I mean, I don't think any one match is more steeped in wrestling
mm-hmm.
in terms of not only the stories we've seen on screen but behind the camera as well than that match.
I'm going to go this route. I'm going to say watch Adam Mayhem versus Simon Miller for the H title.
There you go.
You know,
there you go.
I don't think, because that was in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure Adam Mayhem speaks some Korean. I don't think Simon Miller does, but they're telling a story that is universal. You don't need commentary for it. I'm gonna give them the rub on that one.
There you go.
Let's show the aliens that Adam Mayhem brought a gun to the ring.
Mr. Biff Top Johnny, just a fun question today. If Undertaker becomes a manager for a wrestler in NXT, who should it be? It's Damian Priest.
That's a good one.
Totally Damian Priest.
Baron Corbin.
All right. Patrick Sparks has a question, more so for you because I don't really eat grilled cheese sandwiches. Is it still a grilled cheese if it consists of more than butter, bread, and cheese?
Yeah, you put some bacon in there, it's still a grilled cheese. There's a grilled cheese with bacon.
Tomatoes, put some
avocado.
Now, let me say this.
Yeah.
If you put outside of bacon any other kind of cold cuts or meat, is it then still a grilled cheese?
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. I mean, probably. I mean, it's a grilled ham and cheese sandwich, but I mean, could you call it a grilled cheese? Yeah, sure. Put ham in it.
All right, very well. Dalen Dula, Mr. McMahon has offered to partner with you to start an NBA expansion franchise in Stamford, Connecticut.
Do we both agree that I put the team together because I won in the NBA thing?
No, we don't agree on that.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I still got the 1 seed. Every other metric I won. So he'll provide all the necessary funds as long as you give the team a WWE-themed name and appoint WWE superstars to the front office. What is the team name, and who do you appoint? Well, Seth Rollins, he's the architect. He'd be my general manager.
Okay.
Team name. Want to just be like Superstars or something like that? Stamford Superstars?
The Stamford Ham and Eggers. The Stamford. How about the Stamford Stampede?
All right. All right.
The Stamford Grapplers. The Stamford Hookers. The Stamford
Probably
Shooters.
not.
It's the Shooters.
Shooters? Okay,
because that's perfect.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like
because it's
shooters, and then when you shoot on somebody, yeah.
I don't know if Dr. Lipkin had it before I did, but I just looked over at chat and he said shooters as well.
Yeah,
because you're shooting a ball, but also a shooter
yes.
in the world of wrestling.
Yes. No, I get all that. Dirty Rich, why did both War Games matches end much differently than expected? He says meeting Shotzi should have pinned Candice and Cole should have pinned Pat.
Expect the unexpected in the WWE.
Well, in NXT at least.
I like the swerve, man. I thought the thing about the Raquel Gonzalez that the writing was firmly on the wall with that one. Like if you're paying attention, which I like to think we were, but we just didn't call it. Raquel was being built that entire time. That entire time she was being built.
And look at it this way too: the two people who lost the qualifying matches end up picking up the wins for their respective teams in War Games.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, we'll end on this one. Panda Police Club. What's a match from NXT or NXT UK that you think is highly underrated or just not talked about enough? Here's a few mentioned by Panda Police Club. Ilya versus Walter. Triple threat tag match from TakeOver Cardiff. So Grizzled Young Veterans versus Gallus versus Morgan and Webster. If this is all NXT history, or is this just recent history?
Yeah, I don't know, but I don't know. So like the TakeOver Cardiff one, I think was like almost my match of the year.
Yeah, you really like that.
Because that was that was 2019, wasn't it? Because we did matches of the year on that, and I think we talked about it.
Oh yeah. Into last year.
I kind of feel like a lot of people were talking about Ilya Walter being like a match of the year thing, because that's my match of the year for sure. That match is awesome. Beyond that, I mean, I don't know. I feel like with NXT UK, the matches that are talked about a lot deserve to be talked about a lot. Like the one, what was it? It was didn't they do like Walter versus Pete Dunne and Joe Coffey? Wasn't that a triple threat? Or no. What was the one where they kept on going to the top? Was it just Pete Dunne, Joe Coffey, where they kept on going to the top and falling off?
Yes.
I think, yeah. Like that was not a good, and people didn't really talk that much about that match. I kind of feel like they do get the rope. But, I don't know. I don't watch UK enough to know the answer to that question.
What about this NXT as a whole? Oh, Worlds Collide, Mustache Mountain versus DIY.
Dude, I made Worlds Collide like that's a great answer. Like,
yeah, I put that when we did that thing. Yeah, I put Worlds
best
Collide.
show
That was a
list,
really
yeah.
good show.
Yeah, that was a terrific show. I think I made that like my number 2 or something.
That's number 2 for me too.
Yeah. What was your number 1?
Even the main event, even though Alexander Wolf got knocked out early on.
That was a great match.
Man, Undisputed Era and Imperium beat the hell out of each other.
They pulled that match together with a pivotal piece missing early. That was impressive.
Mm-hmm.
That was
awesome.
That
Mustache Mountain DIY match is really good.
Oh, that's
so
a terrific match. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's such a good match.
So much fun.
Anyways, thanks everybody for tuning in. Twitch chat, stick around for a little bit. We'll hang out. Thanks for watching. Help support Going In Raw today by becoming a Friendo Club TV member. You'll get access to new bonus episodes every week, including Friendo Club Arcade, Live Power Rank, Vintage 10 for the Wins, and Ask Steven Larson. Get access to Friendo Club TV today by becoming a $5 and up patron at patreon.com/Steven Larson, by throwing us a sub at twitch.tv/Steven Larson, or by clicking join at youtube.com/Steven Larson.